Dear students, I'm psychologist Manisha, back with another video about your practicals. In today's video, we will focus on practical 1 of your elective subject, which is review of an organization working in the field. Before we start, please remember that all resources, videos, etc. available on free IGNOU Help Center are completely free of cost for you. Please support us by liking our content, subscribing to our channel, and sharing these with your friends and classmates. First, let's understand the objective of doing this practical. In this practical, you are required to review an organization working in your elective area. And second, who should be selected as the respondent for this practical. For doing this practical, you need to identify an organization or center working in your elective area. You will find the link to a list of some such organizations compiled by students from previous batches in the description below. When you visit the organization or center, discuss with the functionaries and service providers and also meet the beneficiaries and others to obtain the desired information. Those doing MCFTE004 marital should identify an organization or center working in the area of marital and family life betterment. It could be a family court, women's cell or men's cell, family guidance center, any government, private or non-governmental organization, center, institution, etc. involved in providing marital and family therapy and counseling. And those doing MCFTE5, child and adolescent, should identify an organization or center working in the area of child and adolescent well-being. It could be a child guidance center or a counseling unit in a school, daycare center, juvenile home or remand home, etc. Any governmental, private or non-governmental organization, center, institutions, etc. involved in providing child and adolescent counseling and family therapy. And those doing MCFTE6 substance use should identify an organization or center working in the area of substance abuse rehabilitation, management and succession. It could be a rehabilitation center, drug de-addiction center, tobacco cessation center, etc. Any governmental, private or non-governmental organization, center, institution, etc. involved in providing substance abuse counseling and family therapy. Next, let's look at the tools you need to use for doing this practical. For this practical, you need to create an interview schedule. The link to an interview schedule created by your senior is in the video description. You can use it as a base or to create your own. You will also need a camera to take photographs during your visit to reproduce as evidence in your report. Now, let us understand what this interview schedule should cover. There are a few broad areas that it is expected to cover: administration, therapeutic services provided, research and training, and aim and mission of the organization, etc. A structure for the interview schedule is provided in the next section. We discuss the components you need to cover for the report in the last section. These will also help you construct the interview schedule. Now let's understand the procedure of doing this practical. First, you need to create an interview schedule. It is semi-structured, which means there is a set of questions we need an answer to. but we can deviate from the structure depending on the situation. We will look at the structure in details in a minute. Second, you need to identify the organization where you want to conduct this practical. Approach them and get consent for doing the practical. Finally, you need to schedule the session and conduct the visit. During the visit, you need to interview various people using the schedule you prepare to get as much information as possible. Before the visit, you should do some research online. This will help you validate the information provided to you and also clarify or cross question. The organization's representatives would generally be happy to know that you have already done your research. You should also observe what is going on during your visit and write your observations. If possible, you should take photographs to supplement the information. We have already discussed how to create an interview schedule in the previous section. Here we look at what the possible structure could be. First, you start with taking consent and asking for general information. You should know who you are talking to, especially their role in the organization. Next, you should understand the organization, its structure, history, aim, mission, vision, etc. When you ask questions to understand the services provided and the target clientage beneficiaries, move on to questions about operations and infrastructure. Next, you ask about the research and training facilities at the center, if any. Ask about their achievements, especially any awards they might have won. Ask them about their future plans. Finally, ask them open-ended questions in the end so that share any information that you might have missed asking. You may download the sample of interview schedule created by your seniors from the link in the description. Finally, let's look at how you need to report this practical. In the report, you should cover the following: general information, name and address of the organization or center, aim and mission of the center or organization, organizational structure and history, organizational and administrative setup of the institution, organization, including board or governing bodies of the center, history of the organization, whether the organization or institution is registered, services provided and beneficiaries, professional support and services available at the center organization, focus on the domain of your elective, the kind of beneficiaries that approach the organization or center for help, and the nature of problems, issues they seek help for, target group of beneficiaries, and how the services are to reach the target beneficiaries, operations and infrastructure, funding sources of the organization or center, infrastructure, structural facilities present, relationship with other governmental, non-governmental and private agencies and type of association with them, relationship with local bodies like panchayats, community-based organizations, etc., job description of employees, achievements, awards and future plans, community recognition and award received, future plans of the center, and finally write the honest impression you had. Your reflection about the center, it should be included. Your impression about the center, its functioning, its strength, its weaknesses, etc. What insight you got from being at the center, what you learned in terms of knowledge, skills and attitudes, how could the center be more productive according to you, and so on. Once you are done with the visit, you need to write it on your practical file. In the description below, you will find the link of a sample of a file of one of your seniors to help you understand how you should write this practical. Make sure the report is as fact-based as possible, with specific information covering various aspects of the functioning of the organization. Remember, the report should not only include responses to your interview schedule, but also your own observations, reasons, judgment, and well thought opinions about the center. You should also include all the materials from your online research and visit, including photos, forms, etc., that you got from the center. With this, we come to the end of today's video. Check out the links in the description below. Please feel free to ask your doubts and questions in the comment section. See you again in the next video. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my social media channels at Panisha Pandey Psychologist for more awesome content. Thank you.